After a pair of unfortunate letdowns in the NBL Canada Finals, the Island Storm burst into their fourth campaign with arguably their most deepest roster to date. They're minus a couple of big-time talents in Nick Okori and Antonio Ballard, who both snagged deals for themselves overseas. Trying to replace players of their caliber isn't easy, but after a competitive training camp that saw them make some difficult decisions, Coach Salerno and the rest of the coaching staff have the squad they believe can get them over the hump. They realize that in order to meet their goal in becoming an NBL Canada champion, replicating what they've done in the past isn't enough. They have to do it better.
Yeah, we really do, and all roads, right, they go through the Central Division, I think last year, a big reason why we lost to Windsor, we weren't tough enough. We weren't gritty enough, so we learned from that. We want to try to get some tougher guys this season, guys maybe a little bit more of an edge to deal with guys like DeAndre Thomas and Quinnell Brown and Chris Commons, guys like that. So you have to take what happened to you, you have to learn from it, you have to make changes, and hopefully we're trying to do that this offseason.
The Storm are comprised of a healthy mix of new and returning players, and the marquee offseason signing had to be Brandon Robinson. B-Rob is a gifted offensive player who was a member of that first Storm club that made it to the finals in 2013. The sting of not completing the job still lives with him to this day, and was one of the main reasons he makes his return.
Most definitely. I feel like it's unfinished business. My year there, we had the injury bug. We got bit by the injury bug. Had a couple guys banged up, and we still had a great finals run. Last year they went back to the finals. They had a finals run, and the third time's a charm. So I'm looking forward to returning, and we're going to take it one game at a time. It's going to be a building process, but at the end of the day, I'm looking to come in and get a championship this year.
Joining Brandon will be Mike Williams, who also comes back. Mike is a former McDonald's All-American and a member of the very first Storm roster. He was both an offensive and defensive force for the club, and also was named to the NBL Canada All-Star team that first year. One of the new faces expected to contribute in a big way is Renardo Sidney. Sidney was another former McDonald's High School All-American that had big-time talent and was on the NBA radar. All eyes will be on him this year as he looks to prove that he belongs on the big stage. Olufemi Timi was a big part of Halifax's resurgence last season, and he played a huge role in their playoff run. The hot-shooting Johnny Mahane ranked 4th in the league a year ago in scoring, and he led NBL Canada in three-point shots while he was a Moncton Miracle. And then there's the versatile forward Cordell Gianti, who also came over from the Miracles via a trade. Players who had an outstanding training camp and fought hard to make the team include the likes of Alex DeRoche, who has previous NBL Canada playing experience and also has strong ties to PEI. 6'2" guard Rashad Wack demonstrated excellent scoring ability and a knack for putting the ball in the basket during the preseason games. And there's also center Nick Evans, who's played previously with the Storm and came into training camp in the best shape of his career. The Storm have undoubtedly gathered together a talented roster, but it's the players that must deliver. Doug McKinney is a local Islander and longest-serving member of the Storm, and he understands this.
It's really on us. The organization and the coaching staff and stuff, they can put us in a situation where we can be most successful. And at the end of the day, it's on us as players to, perform and to go out there and give our all. I think that we'll be in a position to win some games and put a good product on the floor and hopefully bring that title in the finals back to Charlottetown, where I think it belongs after losing there 2 years in a row.